So today's class is going to be, we're going to have longer holds, but it's going to be a real relaxing, so de-stressing, really nice class. So yeah, just get ready to relax. So what we're going to need is our strap first up, but we're just going to do Nadi Shodhana first. So if you weren't on yesterday, I'll show you how to do that correctly. Before we used to do this, you can still do that if you like, but just bring the fingers down to the palms and use the index and thumb. Okay, so thumb on the right, inhale left. Index right, release thumb, left, sorry, release thumb, exhale. Inhale right. Block right, release left, exhale. And just continue with that for the next minute or so. Really nice way to start the class. It just gets you to sort of get into that relaxed mode, start calming the mind. Just continue that for the next 30 seconds or so. We're just getting deeper with the inhale and longer and slower with the exhale. And then when you breathe out of the left, just release, bring the hands onto the knees, bring the shoulder blades together, sternum up, chin to chest. And just continue with deep breathing through both nostrils. And then when you're ready, just relaxing. We're going to move into Shavasana, but having the strap. So we're going to come into hammock pose. So grab the strap and we'll go straight into it. So strap around the right leg, lifting up and coming into hammock this way. If you want the strap around you, perfect. If you don't, just hold the strap. Bring that tension back. Make sure the left leg's down, left hip's down. Just come into that pose. Beautiful. And connect to that breath. Set the timer so you can get it. And just breathe. So what we're going to do is 3 minutes in this pose, each side. And then the rest of the poses are going to be 5 minutes, but they're really nice, relaxing poses. There's going to be no stress in this one, no challenges. It's just getting comfortable and holding into the pose and just connecting with the breath. So this is the style of yoga when you're a little bit stressed, maybe had a big week, run down. This style of yoga is perfect. So 5 minutes in a pose that's not going to stress you. So this one is obviously hammock pose, Sutta Pada Kuntasana. So I wanted to stretch the hamstrings first. So the tightness of the hamstrings can make you uncomfortable when we start doing long hold poses. So just getting some blood through those hamstrings first is really nice. We'll start getting that blood flow into the hips as well. And it's a nice relaxing pose, this one. Don't forget to breathe. And when you're ready, we're going to switch sides. Switch sides, get comfortable, and then just move into that. Just work with the breath. Just having someone that's having problems getting on, so I'm just going to send them the link. So that inhale should be a lot deeper now. You should be more relaxed. We're trying to get that relaxation as much as we can. The theme of today is relaxation. So relaxation with the breath first. So just focus on the breath. You're just going to sink into the poses. The poses are made for you to sink in today. Nice, deep inhales now, long, slow exhales. Feel the lungs just filling up on every breath. We've got just another minute to go, just under a minute actually. And when you're ready, slowly come out. And just bring the left leg down just for about 20 seconds, just to get that blood to flow through, and then we'll move straight into the next pose. Just relax there. You might be able to feel the sensation down that hamstring. When you're ready, bring the knees into the chest. Roll up to a seated position. Supta Baddha Konasana is one of my faves to start opening up the body. The reason I love this is because we're opening up the heart. Okay, so we're just really opening up. So have the behind you if you've got a bolster. If not, you can lay flat on the floor or a block behind you. The strap if you want to. Strap it underneath the soles of the feet together. Strap underneath, and you can put it on if you like a shirt. Tighten it up. And go as tight as you can, even if you're laying flat on your back. Or you might want to just hold the strap. If you're comfortable with that, just holding the strap and going back. So this is 5 minutes. So really get back into this and find that place of stillness. Beautiful. And just relax. Let yourself just open up. So this pose, we're opening all the front part of the body. So one of the major things you need to do is make sure you bring those shoulder blades together and the sternum comes upwards. Okay, so chin to chest, sternum up, shoulder blades together. It's one of the main parts of the pose is to get that sternum high, to get those shoulder blades tucked in, and to bring chin to chest. So we lengthen through the spine. The heart is opening up, bringing the shoulders together. Just sink, just throw those arms to the side, and then just feel that opening of the hips, so the knees dropping towards the floor. Always keep trying to bring those soles of the feet, the heels, closer to the buttocks, and you're going to get a deeper opening. But if you want to just relax in this, if you're a bit tight in there, just push the heels away and just let yourself sink into the pose. So we're not here in the pose today to do any major progression. We're here to find a really nice place where we can just sit back, relax, and just focus on the breath. Okay, so you don't want to feel any tension at all in the body. So really just give this. Don't start thinking about other people or other things, what you got to do or whatever's going on. Just give it to yourself. Just give yourself this hour. Don't push yourself in the poses. Just allow yourselves to flow into the pose. I think we do enough things during the day that brings us stress or brings us tension. So just allow this time to release all that. For those who've done the classes during the week, they were a lot tougher. So we're getting a little bit deeper into the poses now. We're just moving, progressing forward, and I can see that everyone's progressing forward really nicely. So this is now just giving it back to yourself, just allowing yourself to sink into the poses without any issues. And if it is your first class for the week, it's just allow yourself just to de-stress, because obviously, you know, things are starting to get busier again. Life's getting back to pre-COVID, so a little bit messy. So just give yourself, don't judge, don't challenge, just allow. I think like everyone knows all these poses, and you'll have some favourites, but these are all my favourites to de-stress. So anytime I've had a busy day, or busy mind, I should say, not day, but I'll put myself in one of these poses for 10, 15 minutes. So these are all my faves. So 30 seconds to go in Supta Baddha Konasana. And when you're ready, you're going to slowly come out of the pose. So come out as elegant as possible, taking your time to release. And then just come into Shavasana. So we're in Shavasana for about 30 seconds. So just laying back and enjoying now the hips coming together. So we had them apart, pulling them apart. So just enjoy that sensation of them coming back together. Enjoy the relaxation of the shoulder blades. Still bring the chin to chest when you're in Shavasana, because we continually want to lengthen through the spine. So what we're going to do now is bend the knees up, soles of the feet onto the floor, toes and heels touch, knees together, and just come into windshield wipers. Nice, slow. Really work into it and feel your body. Don't go that fast where you can't feel anything. Just feel the body just opening up. And don't judge it as tight. It's your body just opening up. Then when you're ready, bring the knees down to the right and then roll to the right and then help yourself up that way. Bit more relaxing that way. So we're going to come into twisted deer pose, which is, I notice a few of you guys' favourite, definitely mine. So left leg down, right knee underneath the sole of the left foot. Your bolster, pillow, cushion, block, whatever you've got to lay on, or you might just want to go to the floor, is on your left-hand side, and we're twisting. So if you want to open the hips up a little bit more, you can bring that knee further away from the foot. But if you're comfortable with it there, just do that. So remember, lift through the spine. So lift, shoulder blades together, chin away from the chest, twist, then come down. If you can bring the right ear to the bolster or whatever you're laying on, that'd be awesome, because then you get a complete twist. If you can't, don't worry about it. Just get comfortable. So 5 minutes in this pose. We don't do this pose often, 5 minutes either side. You're going to feel the difference when you come out of this pose after being in it 5 minutes. Usually we're in it 2 minutes either side. Really enjoy it and feel the depth that you get into this pose. And what I mean by that is how when you let go, how you just start flowing with what's happening. It's really, really nice feeling in this pose. First thing you need to do is slow the breath down, because the breath wants to speed up slightly because we're twisting and we're crunching and squashing the internal organs for a reason, so we can detox. This is called Tiriya Mrigyasana. Mrigyasana, I think. Yeah, Tiriya Mrigyasana, which just means twisted deer pose. So just forget the breath. I'll keep reminding you, as I normally do, just don't forget to breathe. About halfway through now, you should feel completely relaxed. If you're feeling any tension in your body at all, start breathing into that area. Okay? So don't judge it as tension, just feel it and breathe into the area. The less we judge, the more we heal. Okay, so we bring stress on ourselves from judging ourselves and others. So less judgment, particularly the self. And just allow yourself to experience whatever's happening without having to make any reason of it. Just allow it to happen. We're always looking for reasons for things. Just flow through whatever's happening. So just the last minute. We've gone from opening the hips in Supta Baddha Konasana to now bringing that hip over the top, so we're actually closing the hips in so we can open them further. So it's that movement in and out of the hips that's going to release them. So we're just moving through the poses in that. We really want to loosen the hips up as we relax into these poses. And obviously this pose is awesome for the back, the spine, strengthens the spine, and it works not just on the bone structure of the spine, but the spinae recti muscles that go up the back. When you strengthen those up, the spine just automatically starts to become healthier and healthier. So when you're ready, slowly untwist. You've been in the pose for a while, so just be careful coming out of the pose after you've twisted. And then come up to a seated position and then switch to the other side. So don't just roll yourself and throw yourself over. Just do it. Come out the way you went in. Take your time to go into the other side. So right knee down, left knee under the right sole of the foot. Bring whatever you're leaning on to the right hand side. Lengthen through the spine. Twist the chest and then come around and then get yourself set. You should feel that wherever you're tight in the back. Could be middle back, could be lower. Mine is lower back and I'm a bit tight in that left hip, so it's the hip. A bit tight in the left hip flexor, so it's the hip flexor in my adductor. So I can feel all that as I twist and come down. Then what I do is start working on the breath. So to contain the breath, to control the breath, to slow the breath down, and then start breathing into those areas of tightness. Okay, so that's the process that I use, and that's the process that seems to heal me quite well. So we just have to listen to the body as well when we're tightening up in places. When we're tightening up in places, it's usually a closed mind of some sort, and that's obviously what I've got here. So to open the mind, you can use, you're going to learn a lot more about mantras shortly, but you can use a mantra. A mantra is just a short, it's a small word. And if you use a mantra, it works for different, changes the energy or the frequency in your body. So the mantra that you use for opening up is YAM, so Y-A-M. So when you're in poses like this and you're feeling tight, it's something to do with closing the mind. You don't have to work out what it is, what you close the mind off, it makes no difference. And then just work on the mind. Start breathing into that area and then keep saying the word YAM. So it's Y-A-M, YAM, YAM, YAM. And you just release the mantra, and every time thoughts come into your mind, you use the mantra then. So YAM, YAM. So when you go to like an ashram in India, you sit down and talk to a few of the gurus and stuff, and then they give you a mantra. That's what they do. They give you this mantra. They say that's what you need to use for the next week. And this was the first one I ever got, was YAM. So I must have been a really closed Western individual when I got to the ashram. And I can tell you after time, these mantras really work. So that they're not just something that someone's made up that's been happening for over 5,000 years using mantras. Just remember this one for today, YAM. So we've got 1:20 to go. And so by opening up, I mean not just physically, but mentally. The physical side usually comes from a mental issue. So tight physically usually comes from a closed mind mentally. And by opening up the mind, you undo the tightness, which gives you connection, mind-body, to soul or spirit or God or whatever you want to call that third entity. So last 30 seconds. When you're ready, I just want you to slowly, slowly come up. Nice and slow. Untwist. Nice and slow. And then we're going to move into crocodile pose. So just come into crocodile pose. It's going to be easier to get to the next pose from here. So just on your stomach, toes out up, feet out wide, toes out, heels in. Stack the hands, bring the forehead to the head. Forehead to the head, forehead to the hands. So we're half an hour into the class and we've done 3 poses. So this is really what yoga's about, is this type of yoga. I bet you feel so relaxed. You've got to feel so relaxed right now. So when you do classes in India, like ashrams and yoga centers, the class doesn't really have a time. So you can actually go for 2 hours and you might do 6 poses. So it's just, that's what yoga is actually about. We tend to push in and want, 30 poses in half an hour, but it's not really doing us that much. So when you're ready, help yourself up. I'm going to move into child's pose. But what I want you to do is get as comfortable as possible in child's pose. Okay, so I'm going to use the bolster. I like to use the bolster in child's pose. Bring your knees out as wide as you can. You feel like taking them today. Bring the big toes, I was going to say big feet. If you've got big feet, bring them together. Big toes together. And bring the bolster or a pillow or a cushion or a blanket in front of you. If you feel like it, if you want to go to the floor, you can. And then just completely relax. So when you're in child's pose for 5 minutes, it's quite a bit of time. It's a really sort of intense hip opener and back stretch. So you want to get as comfortable as possible. I'll probably just use the bolster for about 1.5 minutes and then I'll move it away and slowly come to the floor. So hips back, get as comfortable as possible. And as you know now, that it's the stillness that's the healing part. So get yourself to that stillness as much as you can. So the minute your mind and body is still, that's when you're healing. Okay, so just find that space, whether it's for 2 seconds and then it moves into non-healing, or just relaxation, I should say. Then get back into that stillness, mind and body connection. And if you're struggling to do that, just use that mantra of Yam, or just focus on the breath. And if you've got a bolster in front of you, or a block or a blanket or whatever, and you want to stay in the whole 5 minutes like that, you just go for it. It's really nice. You're getting a great hip opener. And the lower back is decompressing, which is what we want to do. Got 3 minutes to go. 2 minutes left. Last minute. This is really going to set your day for relaxation. If it's raining where you are, it's really nice rain here. Just really nice day to kick back, relax. Last 20 seconds. So when you're ready, help yourself up. Just keep the bolster around you. You may need it for the next pose, but come back into crocodile pose. So laying in prone position, feet out wide, toes out, heels in, stack the hands, forehead on the hands. So when you're ready, just help yourself up onto all fours. And then we're going to come into pigeon pose. Okay, so that's why I said you might want your bolster. So pigeon pose, you can come in from all fours, just bring the right knee up behind the right wrist, and then bring the toes out to the left-hand side. You don't have to come all the way up today, just come into where you're comfortable. Straighten that back leg, so walk those toes back. Make sure the ankle's in line with the hip. And then we bring the shoulder blades together. On the inhale and exhale, come down. The reason I said about bolster or blankets or cushions, you can actually just have that in front of you and just come down into that pose. That way, or have it across so you can lean on it and come forward, or don't have it at all. It's up to you. So again, 5-minute pose. It's 5 minutes either side. So this is probably the most challenging pose, but if it gets too challenging, you can move into thread the needle pose, which is laying on your back. I'll quickly show you if you're interested, just laying on your back and just bending the left knee up, placing the right foot on the thigh, and then grab behind the thigh. So it's the same sort of pose, not as intense. So if you want to move into that, you can. So this is called Ekapada Raja Kapodasana. I think it is Raja Kapodasana, yeah. Whichever version you're in, whether you're in thread the needle or in a full pigeon pose, we're really getting deep into the glute here. So that's the main part. We're still getting the hip opener as well, the stretch through the hip flexors. There's the tightness of the glute that it really gets into. It gets deep into that. So remember the breath, connecting to the breath. Remember the mantra, if you want to use the mantra, yam. You don't have to say that mentally, you don't have to say it out loud. Just say it just to yourself. So you'll find that you'll be getting really deep into the glute by now. Just over halfway on this side. So 1:20 to go. Hopefully you're feeling it deep. I'm feeling it really deep right now. So you're really getting into the ligaments now, the ligaments getting into the joint areas as well, into the fascia, so the netting around the netting type thing around the muscle. So we're stretching that whole area, allowing more blood flow to go through. So when you're ready, slowly help yourself up. So just push yourself up there. You can roll the toes over. Of the left foot, bring that right foot back. Have a stretch if you want, and then bring the left knee up. Behind the left wrist, bring the toes facing to the right side. Walk that foot back, just line up the ankle with the hips. If you're in thread the needle, obviously just switch sides, or if you want to come back into this and give it a go on this side. Sometimes we're just so different on either side, and you can do one part of the pose compared to the other. It's all good. So just get yourself into that place where you're feeling the stretch. Start connecting to the breath, become comfortable. Then you might want to use the mantra a couple of times and then go back to the breath, then back to the mantra. You want to get into it deeper if you're in pigeon pose. You can just walk those toes of the right foot backwards. And just feel yourself getting a deeper stretch in that left glute. Just under 3 minutes to go. So remember, breath, mantra, just mantra, just breath. Just don't let that mind wander. Don't get connected to any conversations. You should feel super relaxed. It's a minute to go, just under a minute to go. So when you're ready, we're going to slowly come out of that pose. And you come back onto all fours. Just do a couple of cat cows if you like. I really like to do that after that pose. Cat cows. So we're going to go straight into the next pose, which is Viparita Konasana. Karani, sorry, not Konasana. Viparita Karani, which is legs up. So you can choose a wall, or just bringing legs up with your hands behind, or a block. I'm going to use a bolster today. So remember, you can use a bolster up against a wall as well, or a block. And I'm just going to get the edge of the bolster and lift my legs up. It's a really nice way to do it. But until your legs feel light, you might want to use a wall or get your bum up against a lounge or a bed. Remember, bring chin to chest, shoulder blades together, chin to chest. At the soles of the feet facing the ceiling. If you're against a wall or even not against the wall and you want to bring your legs apart, you can do that. Just going to open up through the hips. You're going to get that nice stretch through the hip flexors, but legs together is fine. So remember, chin to chest, shoulder blades together, lengthen spine, be comfortable, calm, still, nice and relaxed. Work with the breath, work with the mantra, yam. Use all those tools to stop that mind from racing. So the heart now is really relaxing. It's not working as hard. Nice thing. Draining all the toxins downwards, getting them out of the joints. They usually sit around a lot of the either hips, knees, ankles, toes, around that sort of area. Where a lot of the armor builds up, or the toxins from undigested food. Just releasing all that now. It's got about a minute 45 to go. Last 30 seconds here. So slowly bring your legs down. If you're on a wall, come back to your mat. And we're just going to come into a pose for the last minute or two, and then in Shavasana, into supported bridge or Setu Bandha Savangasana. So just bring your block or your bolster underneath your tailbone. Stretch the legs out, chin to chest, shoulder blades together. It's the last bit on the hips. So we're just opening those hips up from being closed, from the legs up. And we're allowing the blood to flow back through the legs. And then we'll be ready for Shavasana. So, which is good timing. So it's 6 poses in an hour. You should feel pretty amazing. I know I do. Sometimes you just need that to kick back and just enjoy yourself for an hour. When you're ready, bend your knees up, bend your legs up, bend your knees, soles of the feet on the floor, lift your hips up, bring out the block or the bolster, and just come into the final pose, Shavasana. Just completely relax for the next 3 or 4 minutes. We should be finishing right on 10, so give yourself this last 3 minutes. What I want you to do is just be aware of the breath just right now. So now you're aware of the breath. I just want you to completely relax. And just make that breath a little bit deeper, a little bit stronger. And then just say to yourself, mentally, the mantra, Yam, Yam, Yam. And just relax into the silence. And any time a thought comes through the mind, just say Yam. So now, just release the mantra. Just know that you've got that any time to open up and allow any tightness, tension in mind and body. And just give yourself a bit of thanks for getting onto the mat this morning and dedicating the time to yourself on the mat. Then send up a gratitude to anything, anyone, any event, anything that crosses your mind that you're grateful for right now. It could be a person, it could be something materialistic, it could be an event coming up or an event you did in the past. Just be grateful for that. And start wiggling the toes and the fingers. Just roll to the right hand side. Just take a little breath there, work your way up into Sukhasana, comfortable seated pose. Bring the hands into prayer position. Again, thumbs to the middle of the chest, so the sternum. Lift the sternum, shoulder blades together, chin to chest. It's just going to teach you really good posture. Thank you so much for being here and allowing me to take you through the class. I hope you all feel chilled, relaxed, and just calm and open. That was the plan of the day. So enjoy this beautiful Saturday and have a wonderful evening as well. And I'll see you all again soon. Namaste.